on BBC Radio 2. Justin Timberlake, Anna Kendrick are here. Hello.
Hello.
How are we doing? We all good?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. We're really riding these mics because we were told to.
Yeah, I'm super close to
I'm
my mic.
making out with this mic.
Yeah.
If you go, could you want me? Hang on. You want me to go? Do you want me to go close as well?
How's this?
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Well, I mean, it all sounds
great.
good to me because I've got
literally
I feel
almost
like
super
it's my
sensitive.
first interview of all time. This is going really badly.
Yeah.
Hey, you're hearing to talk about Trolls. It's a weird thing because they did this lovely thing where they said, listen, we don't have the film for you, but we have 20 minutes of the film.
Right.
And so I went along with, I imagine, a lot of other people that were interviewing you while you were in town. And so we watched 20 minutes of the film, and it was great. And they put together, it made sense, which is good because but they did a lot of things which I imagine you've done down the line, Justin, with music, where you do a false ending. So a scene finishes, and then it faded to black, and everyone went, well, this looks very intriguing. We all stood up, and then we said, oh no, there's another scene to come. Okay, yeah.
Right,
It's like the radio equivalent of when you drop something out and there's 30 seconds.
Or
Or I
like
fade the mic up, and then they go, there's still some
It's
music.
almost like an encore that no one asked for.
Like, oh, we were happy before,
Yeah,
but
no,
maybe we should have quit while you were
good.
ahead.
We're good.
Okay.
The
We
kids
kind
have
of
school
got a
tomorrow.
sense of it. We're good.
And
So listen, so the synopsis, as I get it, and correct me if I'm wrong here, well, you play Princess Poppy.
Yes.
So you're sort
Very
of
princess-esque.
like going to be the next president of the Trolls. That's going to be,
Yeah.
you're like Hillary Clinton of Troll World.
Yeah, I'm like Prince William of Troll World.
yeah, I'd say like a little more closer to like a Prince William.
Prince, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, what
Very
do you mean
Princess
out of
I'm very
birthright?
Prince-like.
Kind of, yeah.
Well, yeah, but Princess Kate isn't going to become the queen.
Yeah.
And
But of birthright, yeah.
And then your branch, you're like the unhappy, kind of truculent, leave me alone, I don't want to hang out with all the trolls troll.
Correct.
How
So
are you-
mostly just typecast.
How are you two even friends in the context of the film?
We are forced on a mission together.
Yep.
And, some of the best friendships blossom over reluctant mission taking.
All I saw was lots of trolls get kidnapped,
Yep.
taken to Bergen
And
Town,
we have to save them.
and the Bergens are the bad guys.
Yeah, and they want to eat the trolls.
Yep. And then you go over
It's a
there.
bit dark.
Yeah.
In some places.
What trolls are there? There's a lovely kind of feeling
but
of
also like
openness.
these Bergens eating the other. Like it's
Yeah.
it gets dark. Yeah.
It's some kill or be killed kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
yeah.
And you go on an adventure, and you sing a lot on the adventure, right?
It is a musical.
Yeah, we do sing.
We do sing.
Are you in charge of the whole of the singing of the film?
Yes.
Sort of. Yeah.
Where does that start?
With Anna Kendrick.
Yeah, really? Is she like?
Yeah.
So you've got
Yeah.
like a blank piece of paper, and you go.
Well,
the middle, Kendrick. I'm gonna hit. She's what's the basketball position?
Well, I'm gonna.
She's point guard.
Yeah, she
she
would
the
run
Steph
the play.
Curry
Yeah,
of
she's the
your-
Steph Curry of our movie. Yeah.
I would be flattered if I got that reference,
Yeah.
Isn't
y'all.
that cool?
Anna Kendrick is the Steph Curry of our movie.
And when you realised you were going to be able to sing True Colours, was that when you went, I'll sign up to this? Because True Colours is what, if you can sing, and you can sing, you've got a beautiful voice.
Oh, Dermot.
Would you go, True Colours would be a song, if I could sing, True Colours would be a song I just want to sing pretty much every day.
Well, I felt really happy about it, and then I heard Justin's intro, because he starts that song off, and I was like, oh, here we go, you can do it. I know that he has to say something nice now, because I've done that, but I was really nervous about doing it, and I ended up like, had my headphones on, because Justin had already recorded his part, and I was singing my parts and my harmony parts, and I like had my eyes closed, and the level was really low, and I like, by the end of the recording session, I was like, wow, like I just had this incredible moment with Justin, and like it was a pre-recorded thing.
Well, I was there.
Oh, you were there.
You had
but
like a real. We had a real life moment.
But it wasn't even. But it wasn't that feeling of like looking at you like through the glass and being like, wow, Justin. I was like, wow, Justin from my headphones.
Yeah, Justin from space.
from my headphones, and I really just went through something together.
Nice.
Yeah.
Artificial Justin.
Yeah.
CGI Justin and me.
Past Justin, a week ago, Justin.
When you act in a animation, how does it work? Is it like when we were kids, you'd always see like the old Walt Disney guys, and you'd see stills of them with sort of music sheets and lecterns and kind of like those but how does it, do you get in a room and do that? Do you learn your lines, or do you have the script there, or how does it
You
work
have the
nowadays?
script there, which is helpful because there is like a layer of memorization that can screw you up when you're thinking about what the next word is. You can't fully do your job, and you know in a movie, the way to combat that is to have it so memorized that you don't have to think about it. But it's actually kind of really freeing to have the words right in front of you, because you can just stare at the words as you're reading them, and
it's almost
it
like doing a really exciting table read.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's like, and the acting ends up being like really authentic, and like, because you're not. It's just really intuitive.
Yeah,
like
there's no pre-thought. There's no like, you know, I totally, absolutely agree. Like, you know, and they say the saying about, you know, film work is that your work is done before you get there. You do all that work and then you get there, and like she said, it's so memorized that you try to forget it and start really acting. Yeah. And with this, it's literally like they took that away from you. So you just go in kind of. And you kind of just go. Yeah. And the only other difference I would say to add to what Anna is saying is that you're not moving around, like your feet are bolted to the floor, because they have cameras on you, and little like camera, like literally on your mouth, because the animators animate your character's mouth like your mouth. Yeah. And which is brilliant, because it's one little detail that makes these animated characters more human. Absolutely. And
sometimes like I'll like, you know, I'll use my, you know, my hands and my shoulders, and sometimes I'm like, yeah, she could be doing that if whatever, if the animators want to. Like, I'm like pitching to the animators who aren't going to look at the tape for like a month.
But doesn't it make you respect those guys so much that before that was able to happen, the old school stuff like Jungle Book and Aristocrat, so how those guys inhabited those characters, just in a kind of purely two-dimensional way, is extraordinary.
No, totally.
Listen, we're gonna have some music. We're gonna try and fit in 3 songs while we're here. The first song we're gonna do is Can't Stop the Feeling. Did you write this specifically for the film?
I did.
Did you have it in, honestly, did you have it in the locker and just went when they went?
No.
Yeah, really?
No, this was like totally from
2006
scratch.
And you went, oh, I got something in there. Yeah, leave it with me, and you come home.
I wish. God, that would have saved me a lot. I would have gotten a lot more sleep. No. This was, so you know, Anna was already signed on to the film, and I was called in and offered the lead opposite her, or supporting whatever, and then they asked me to do executive produce the music, and they had a little bit in place already. That was in the film, songs they had cleared, that, you know, Anna was singing or was going to sing, and so I kind of came in, you know, when there was a little bit of music to work from. Yeah. But you know, Jeffrey Katzenberg, the Jewish Don of DreamWorks, said, I want you to write a song for the end of the movie, like a big song. And I was like, okay, that's it. And he goes, you know, and so basically the writers of the film and the producer, they sent me an email with this long list of criteria. This is sort of the ideas we want to get, you know, that we want to come forth in the song lyrically. We want it to feel upbeat, you know.
That's a wide brief. So
yeah. But also in a weird way, it's kind of I've never written music under any type of. When I write music for an album, it's done when it's done. I don't go in and go, hey man, I want to do something upbeat today. You just write. you sort of go in and write what comes to you, you know, and then
it comes from you as opposed to having a directive.
Yeah, and then the other thing is too, like when I write music for my album, I don't have a schedule. It's done when it's done. Like this was like the movie's coming out now, so we need it now. But so we just went in and really tried to tackle it, and
it's funny now because like we're still tinkering with the dialogue that comes like right before the song, because, and it's interesting hearing that like they had direction for you on the song, and now it's almost like the song is so perfect and so encapsulates what the end of the movie should be, that like we have to make like fine tune that dialogue that leans into the song so that it's like setting up what we're about to do.
Right.
Well, that's a good setup. Let's hear it now. So Justin Timberlake. Hang on, I haven't heard this. Who's singing it?
So in the film, the cast is singing it.
Everyone?
Anna opens up the song.
Yes.
It's kind of I would say maybe a duet supported by duet between Anna and I, supported by the cast.
Ensemble.
Can't stop the feeling. Can't Stop the Feeling from Trolls, which is out on the 21st of October. Justin Timberlake, Anna Kendrick are with us. Were you were always into musicals, weren't you, as a kid?
Oh yeah, big dork,
You
lovable
too?
dork.
Yeah, somewhat.
Less committal than her.
I was into musicals, but I always had like one of my favorite musicals, and this is, you know, I mean, obviously Singing in the Rain and all that jazz and Cabaret are, I think, probably three of the best
greatest,
ever.
But they're your guys, aren't they?
But
The
one
Kellys
of my
and the
personal
Astairs and the-
favorites is The Music Man. And the reason why is because the music in the film services the plot. I remember being a kid, that was always something for me that was was tough. Like when music starts and then time stops, I would always kind of be like, why is this happening? Why, you know, I don't know. Maybe that was just like a personal, like slightly obsessive compulsive detail that I was like, but
yours is Music Man. What's your holy, like?
I think Singing in the Rain is my favorite.
Yeah, Singing in the Rain is the greatest musical of all time, like objectively. There's no kind of arguing it. My favorite musical, which is not a film, is called Parade by Jason Robert Brown, who also wrote The Last 5 Years, which I did. A personal favorite movie musical, a guilty pleasure favorite movie musical would be Newsies.
Is there such a thing as a guilty pleasure favorite
I
musical?
don't know. Newsies is pretty legit, though.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
I think most.
Seize the Day.
Yeah.
I mean,
My holy trinity are Fiddler on the Roof, Bugsy Malone, and Oliver.
Well, unless lest us forget,
Bugsy Malone is almost always introduced to Americans later in life going, what?
Yeah.
I mean, let's just forget West Side.
Oh.
I mean,
Bitch,
like,
while
West
we're
Side-
here.
Yeah.
You know, a musical is like a classic when I just like West Side. I
Yeah.
didn't even add the
You
story.
need
Like
to
we
do the
knew what
story.
I was talking
Yeah,
about.
absolutely.
That's like you know, Snoop, like classic rapper, West Side.
Anna, you started in musicals, though, didn't you? You had you got a Tony nomination.
Nomination, yeah. Yeah, I lost to Audra McDonald, who, if you're going to lose to somebody, lose to Audra McDonald, because she's got like 7 Tonys. So.
Do you get offered a lot of musicals now?
I get offered a damn fair percentage of the movie musicals that are being made now. I never thought I would be in a position to turn down quite so many movie musicals, but obviously I don't want to annoy anybody by being like, oh, she's in every movie musical.
Also, it must be nice to just
and because I made The Last 5 Years and Into the Woods and thought these are literally my dream roles, so I would just be greedy after that.
What's she like to direct musically? And are you one of those?
well,
Are you a back of the studio guy like that, or are you up by the? Are you with the knobs going? Push that up a little bit.
I'm somewhere in between. I don't know. I know. I'm going to talk about you like you're not here now.
Okay, great.
Turn away.
She's fantastic. I mean, she's so well trained, with her voice anyway, that it's really easy. It was more about, like, I felt like it was sort of, I'm really sorry it was an embarrassment of riches for me, because I felt like it wasn't even, sometimes you produce, certain things that other people are singing on, and sometimes you're sort of going, okay, well, let's do this because this is what you're better at. But Anna sort of has like this like full on like survival kit of weapons with her voice, like, and so I felt like I was like, I remember the first recording session we did was for True Colors. It was True Colors,
it was True
right?
Colors and
then something else.
Yeah.
And then maybe get back up again.
Oh yeah. It wasn't. It was Get Back Up Again. Yeah.
But I remember walking away from that and then going like, oh wow, like we can actually like have a dialogue about this, and we can make choices, based on what she wants to hear herself sound like, and what I think would be interesting to hear her do as well. Because I'm, big fan of the stuff she's done in movie musicals as well. So, but this thing is unique in its way because I feel like we're trying as much as possible to take like the pop song approach, somewhere between, what feels like something that's more theatrical with music and like Saturday Night Fever. Like trying
well, there's
to,
a nice look. From what I've seen, there's a nice sense of humor to the film.
Trying
as well,
to mix it up, and I think the idea that, which was not mine, I don't know where it was spawned from, but the idea that you to cover classic, to cover True Colors, and to have that lyrically make so much sense in the film as well.
Nice. Did you get a chance? Did you get a say on the sort of the music that had already been cleared, or in terms of what they used, or?
After I came in, there was a couple of ideas that we've thrown around.
Hey, we can play anything you like now. I'm going to give you sort of one song each.
Like in the world?
Yeah.
Like one song of anything in the world.
Oh, that's so much pressure.
Who wants to go first?
Okay. Just like whatever, just like anything?
Yeah. Don't stitch me up now, though, because I'm going to have to play it, and it's going to be like, it's like a 7-minute prog rock song.
But only because this was like the first song I ever heard him do on the radio, Raspberry Beret Prince.
Oh, that's a great choice.
Yeah. That was the first. I wrote this really long. Like his death has really sort of like I've had a lot of trouble dealing with it, and spending a little bit of time around him, and like talking music on my novice level compared to his masterful level, and hearing how he thinks about it, it really changed. It changed me as a songwriter, as a producer, as an entertainer. But Raspberry Beret was the first song that I remember. I was 4 years old, and I was like, "Mommy, who is that?"
Something else.
I just remember that like the guitar slash, I don't know if that's a keyboard riff that kind of opens up the song before he opens the verse, and it just made me feel some type of way.
Justin Timberlake, Anna Kendrick are here. What are you up to next? What's after this? You're into baking now, aren't you? I mean,
well, I cannot tell you. I've tried to do, because it's important to me, I have tried to be above board about everything, but occasionally I have gone to great lengths to get Bake Off in America for me to watch. So I apologize that it had to happen. And I am so obsessed with it, I could scream.
So you get it in the States now, yeah?
We get a lot of it, and then sometimes we don't get it, and I will give money to the BBC for I apologize. But but give me a legal way to do it, and I'll do whatever you say.
We'll look into that for you.
I like the idea of her sending personal checks to the BBC.
Well, listen, we'll take what we can get right now. That's great. What are you up to next? Because I've got to let you go. I'm getting evils by at least 3 people next door. And now they're looking at the floor, going, "Oh, we didn't give you evils. You did give me evils."
Well, I'm filming Pitch Perfect 3.
Awesome.
And then my book comes out in November, so I'm gonna promote that as well and try and sell some copies.
I'll read that. I'll go buy it and read it.
Oh,
I won't even,
you're not gonna like how you come off.
Damn it!
She's working on your chapter right now.
And you've confirmed everything that I thought.
You're doing more composing, aren't you? You're doing, is it Devil in Deep Blue Sea?
I finished that. Yeah, I finished that. I scored a film like a. That my wife produced. That was really, that job came sort of at the same time as this one, and needed to be done even faster. So to write sort of an
plus your wife, your boss. There's no way you're not going to get that done.
She produced it, so I literally had to do
that
it.
got done fast.
No, I've always wanted to get into scoring, like really scoring, and so it was a lot of fun to do something orchestral as well. And I don't know. Right, I'm working on a record, an album, and then there's a couple of projects that I've kind of produced.
You keep that bubbling away.
That I'm producing to star in.
Right. Thank you, guys. Before we let you go, Anna Kendrick's choice, which she knows, which she's been thinking about for the last 30 seconds.
I know, but
so it's all fine because she's going to give us.
Can it be Aretha Franklin's cover of "The Weight"?
Yeah.
Thanks, Dermot.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.